A motorcycle accident. If it doesn't kill you in a second, then it injures you or bruises you. Motorcycle accidents in spaces of Africa where motorcycles are a means of transportation, death is inevitable. Uganda is to the world of border borders as this world is prone to accidents, but safer are riders whose heads are shielded by the helmet. Blessed then are the passengers in the border world to whom the second helmet is handed for the one who cares enough to protect your life as a precautionary measure is a Safe Boda.
Ricky Rapa Thomson is among the 30 most promising young entrepreneurs in Africa, and that's according to Forbes, an American business magazine. With only 4 years in this business, his life as the managing director and founder of Safe Boda Uganda, his life is a lesson that beckons enthusiasm. There's something you can't ignore in Uganda, and that is the Boda Boda industry. Now, my name is Mebo Twegumiezake. We've just arrived at the Safe Boda Academy in Chebando. So let's go meet this young entrepreneur.
Safe Boda. 2 words to which the story of this safety measure in Uganda's border industry will lead you to a man whose name rhymes in 3s. Ricky Rapa Thomson. People and power.
How bad is it usually when they come and take their tech knowledge when it comes to the smartphones?
So, before we came into the market, smartphone penetration in the border industry was at 10%. That means literally everyone you're giving a smartphone does not know even how to switch it on. So it's quite bad, but the thing is, because many people have used phones before, once they know how to switch it on, once they know how to set it up, and then you put in the line, once they know how to turn on and turn off the data, they can really get away, they can only get along with it. And also because we have a huge community of drivers who already know how to use smartphones, they actually, after this class, they actually go and train themselves. They learn actually from other fellow drivers. Because they get stuck and they're like, what do I do here? They get stuck and they're like, what do I do here? What do I do here? What do I do here? So, of course, there's that after training, because of the community, it's actually easier for most of them to really get to use it. So like the first 1 week, they're really struggling. After that, they're so good, Then, but literally, it's just like the first day you had your smartphone, how did it feel? Even if you've gone to school or you knew how to read and write.
You explore. The rate at which you explore is really high.
But many of them spend sleepless nights as well, trying to explore and understand their phones.
Okay. So how many instructors do you usually have?
We have so many. I don't know exactly the number. Could be like maybe 15. And we have a lot of support people. So those are like graduates from the university who are working here as interns. Yes. So we have right now close to around 80 interns.
80?
80.
80?
Yeah.
On top of how many employees? How many?
140, could be 147.
At the academy?
No, academy and the headquarters.
And the headquarters. Plus the 11,000 Safe Boda riders.
Yes. And then plus maybe 4 contractors. You have like 4 contractors. You have like a little bit over 8 interns. Plus a little bit about 145, 147 full-time employees. The number is growing, that's why I'm not sure. I need to get back to my HR, to really get me the right figure,
Okay. All right. So these have been in training for, you can say how long? Until now you're giving them the reflector jackets, the smartphones.
So the training is a gradual process. So first thing is when we believe that you're a great person, we allow you to come and be part of us. So they go through like an intensive 1 day of training, and we give you the equipment. And we say, fine, you go. Because we know even after that, you are still not a safe border. Many of them actually make a lot of mistakes on like the first week because they are graduating from being a normal border
rider, yeah.
Yeah, who actually breaks rules, jumps on the pavement, carries 2 passengers, to being a professionally trained border.
We're listening.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's more of a process. Then after that, because right now I think they have already done road safety training, they've already done customer service training, and now I think they are finalizing tech wizard training right now. So once they are done with that, because tech wizard training includes like app training, how the app is going to flow, how you use your phone, how to set up data, and all these things. So once you're done with that, we say fine, you get the equipment, but then you keep coming back for other refresher trainings that happens like every other day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now they've unwrapped the phones.
Yes, they're now unwrapping the phones. You could definitely see.
Yeah.
Now they're moving their SIM cards and splitting it. Actually, the team sets the phone for them
Oh.
because they even cannot set it up.
They
You
can.
create email for them. Yeah, everything. You have to do that. Yeah.
Are these lessons in English or in Luganda?
So the moderators speak both languages.
Both languages.
Yeah. So they really like translate it for them. Make sure they can understand it because not everyone in the class understands English. So you can't really offer the training fully in English. Yeah. But every text is written in English. Yeah. You see, like the guy is really like, yeah.
Okay.
Like for tonight, they are not going to sleep. Yeah, like they really need to figure out how does this thing work.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they'll keep practicing and going over and over.
And tomorrow, like if you come here, that's why we have like a support center here. Many of them come back, like if the app just doesn't respond, they're just like, my app has a problem. So they drive to office or they get to like the nearest driver and they ask for support, for help.
Okay.
So gradually they become better.
Does that mean for one to be part of Safe Boda, they need to have a motorbike already? Or do you at times even issue out like motorbikes to those who don't have?
So yes, we do. We partnered with Watto to give our drivers new motorbikes on loans. But what we are doing is we do not want people who want to join the industry
Because they want a motorbike.
because they want a motorbike. No, those are not our clients. The original aim was to improve the lives of the people who've already been in the industry. So what we do, we recruit the people who are already in the industry, train you and equip you and provide you with all these other services. Yes.
Okay.
So we don't get in new people.
So are these the new bikes you were talking about?
Yeah, so these are the new bikes we were talking about. So we get them, we offer it to drivers, but we partnered with Watto. He's actually from Watto, which is a new company that actually provides loans to Boda Boda riders. So he's actually our driver. What's your number?
1626.
1626. Yeah. So he's one of our senior drivers, and he's gotten himself a new bike. And then all these have been bought for our drivers. This is for
They
Richard,
even
right?
have names on.
Yeah, they already have name. This is for Richard.
Richard, Retire,
Yeah, John.
Kalanyi. something
Yeah,
like
Kalanyi.
that, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. So the drivers are going to take them. What is this? Is this the registration number?
No, that is the engine number.
Oh, the engine number. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So they test them out and then.
And then, yeah.
Mu wiiki yange ey'okubiri Safe Boda era njagala nnyo payment method ya credit kubanga ennyamba okutereka ssente zange.
Muhamudu Sebyala.
So this goes back to transforming the lives within
the community.
the community.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
True
story, right?
Okay, so we've seen the borders. From here you said they come to get the helmets.
Yes.
Okay. Does that mean I'm going to try all of them on? I can try all of them on. No
you
problem,
can try
right?
all of them
Though
on.
I won't be seated on a Safe Boda.
Yeah. So every driver takes 2 helmets.
Two?
Yeah. So
Okay.
as initially communicated, when you look at these helmets,
Yeah?
that is 17. look at the back. 11,000.
11, yeah, 730.
Yeah. This is 11,730 as well.
How do I look?
You look amazing.
Of course. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to talk about how you came up with this idea. It's really interesting. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I look great. Don't I look great?
Yeah. You look amazing.
I
So if
do.
you look at all these helmets,
Yeah.
as you can see, this is 11,754. This is 11. So all these helmets, as you can see, they all have like
Yes, same.
same numbers.
Same numbers.
Yeah. All of them.
Yeah.
And they are all
Meaning
branded.
the passenger is wearing the same number
Yeah.
as the rider.
Yeah. So it's very important for us to promote safety, and we want to make sure that anyone can travel on a safe border. Anyone can have a good time moving around Kampala.
How easy or hard was it to make the first recruitments? To even make the normal Boda Boda riders understand the real objective of this?
I wouldn't say it's been very, very easy, but it's been something that we did out of passion. And we started with a network of the friends that I had, and the people that I started with had a very strong belief in the idea. So that's why, like, for us, it's been slow but sure movement. It's been tough transforming the mindset, changing the mindset of the people, from the drivers to even other people in the community, even to the non-safe borders, even to other people who use borders. It's been tough, but we know that whenever you're doing something and you're doing it right, you can never go wrong.
Okay.
It's just a matter of time.
Okay.
If you keep preaching the right gospel, people bajakolokoka.
You're still watching People and Power. We're going to take a very short break, still on our quick tour, and then after we'll sit down and have a real conversation and hear the story behind this story.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can I help?
Thank you.
A life to which he has been led into after an unforgettable series in his life that are unimaginable, yet a reality for a character whose many a job placed him as a security guard, a multiplex ticket collector, and a Boda Boda rider. Ricky Rapa Thomson, whose given name historically originates from Okarawok Otiling clan in Arap B village, Kachung Parish, Agwata Sub-County in Langmo Sub-Region, Dokolo District, is one whose story of rise to power has empowered a community of Boda Boda riders with safety helmets, with an extra for their passenger, and just a click away off one's smartphone, you and I can order for a safe Boda.
People and Power. This episode belongs to the young entrepreneur Rick Rapa Thomson. And we just had a quick tour of the Safe Boda Academy, which hasn't ended yet. I've had my feel of the Safe Boda helmet. And of course, Ricky Rapa Thomson is still here. But then we've met somebody else. Probably this was a good day to come here.
Yeah. He's actually always here. Allow me to introduce Moses Musinguzi, aka Nambemu.
Nambemu meaning what?
Number one.
Number one.
Yeah, the first ever Safe Boda in history.
The first ever.
Yeah, Safe Boda in history.
Nice
But remember,
to meet you. Okay.
remember, I met him when he had even not yet joined the industry. When I was a boarder,
Okay.
he was actually a very good mechanic. So
Yeah.
that's how we became friends. So when he joined the industry, and when this idea came, I ran to him and just like, Moses, this is what's up. Can we try and work this together? And he was like, oh yeah, what's up? Let's try and fix it up. So it's been very encouraging. I'm also happy to see him still here with me. He's grown from being a normal boda to what he is today. He now leads a team of
Over 20 people.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're number one of the over 11,000?
Yes.
So these are my siblings.
Nice to meet your siblings. the newcomers. It's really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay,
All right.
so where are we going next?
So we're going to the garage area, the assessment center.
Okay,
where
as we
all the
walk,
helmets are.
where do we pass?
Yeah, we pass from here, then we go out, then enter into another structure.
All right, guys. Nice to meet you.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Moses.
Thank you.
Moses, thank you. Yeah. I mean,
So what happens at the garage?
so the garage is where like drivers bring their bikes in case their bikes has problem. It's also where we do the assessment of the bikes for the new drivers who are willing to join us. And then there we understand if your bike is in good condition, we allow you to be part of us. If your bike is broken, it's in bad shape, we advise you on what to do. If it needs replacement, we ask you to go and replace. If it needs just a little bit of spare parts, we ask you to bring the spare parts, we fix it for you, and then we allow you in. Yeah, so that's now the garage that we are constructing. It's just about to get done.
Yeah.
But this is where everything happens from. These are mechanics.
So I'm just imagining, it's just come to me,
Yeah.
that in your world, you wouldn't want Boda Bodas to go away. You know, there are so many people who are saying, no, we're tired of Boda Bodas.
No.
They cause a lot of accidents. Eh? Okay, yes, I know. I don't know.
Yeah, but the thing is, if I really want to dream that Boda Boda should go away,
Yeah.
how will people move in Kampala? How will people move in urban cities, especially in Africa? Boda Boda is not only in Kampala; it's in every urban city almost across Africa. You go to like the neighbors; all your neighbors have got borders in the cities. So really, this is part of us. Yeah.
The
This is
normal,
part of us.
the
And-
rumors, the normal Boda riders keep saying, ababa Safe Boda babi, tebafuna mwe bintu byabwe tetubitegeera. Eh? They just don't
the
understand.
good thing is
Yeah.
that was in Luganda, so
Which Luganda you understand very much, but of course I can loosely translate.
Yeah.
They usually say that the Safe Boda Uganda probably I don't want to put it in quotes.
no, please go ahead, put
I
it
can
in quotes.
I can put it in
I
quotes.
will correct it.
Yeah, that you probably maybe thieves or things like that.
All right.
And then they usually sometimes they don't understand how the transactions are made, how they can actually benefit, and they keep saying you'd rather make more money as a normal Boda rider than a Safe Boda rider. So let's start from there. So we're leading towards a big conversation.
I want to imagine you've been translating, so you did like a direct translation
Yeah,
that
a
they
bit.
said tuliwabi
Yeah.
mean one way or the other,
Yeah.
which is not true, unfortunately, because what we do is we've tried as much as we can, to regulate the industry, the unregulated industry, and give it life. You now see drivers who respect even the roads, other road users, respect even other cars, respect even other fellow motorists, which is very, very important, especially for this industry. And then two, you see the standard, like that even if you dress like really like the way you are,
Yeah.
they wouldn't charge you for dressing,
The way I do,
looking glamorous.
thinking,
you know?
oh, she has money.
Yeah. Thinking that maybe she has money, or because originally the industry used to charge you based on how you dress, because now you're in a jacket and all these.
Azatia.
Yeah, Azatia.
Yeah.
Or maybe your skin color, because you're white, you're a foreigner, they charge you
Way more
exorbitantly.
than they could. Yeah.
And what we've done is we've standardized it. We've made it flexible for anyone. We've made it fun for anybody to use the border. And we've made it so visible that you know how much you're going to pay.
Yeah.
So if someone's saying we're a thief, it's really like, we are trying to make it transparent that everyone actually has a right to pay the same. No one, you don't need to charge someone because he's a lawyer, is having a big jacket, and a farmer comes when he actually has a lot of money, and because he's putting on some funny shoes, you charge him less. No, we're saying everyone who uses the border has a right to actually pay the same price.
Okay.
And that's what we're doing. So what we have done is, the industry right now is very affordable. We're trying to make it fun for anyone to come and jump onto the Safe Boda and actually move, because you know that we are in a society, or we are in a situation where you have so many young people who are unemployed, that's one, or you have too many young people who are actually employed, but their income is not that big.
Sure.
So they have something and they want to move, they want to do other business, they want to run around. They will not be able to run around if you're charging them exorbitantly. Transport needs to be affordable for any other person.
Okay.
So this is what we're trying to do. And many people really understand it, because right now The magic is when you're working with us, every time you drop a customer, there's another customer waiting for you, there's another customer picking you up, and all this requesting. So our drivers are very busy. People who are using our platform are having a lot of fun. I have proof, actually. There's a goat here that a driver just gave it to me. Boss, bring for me that goat.
No, you can't go to the goat.
So there's a goat that driver just gave it to me to us as a gift for changing his life. People have built houses. People have gotten married. People have bought cows. People have bought new bikes. If someone is saying
You should leave it.
that Safe Boda is a thief, what are we stealing?
Okay.
We don't even take any commission from the ride that they make.
Okay.
Yeah.
My first question after we sit down is going to be how Safe Boda is benefiting.
Yeah. Look. This is my gift.
Yeah.
You see?
Okay. Yeah, this is your gift.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they gave it to us as Safe Boda. Like a driver bought this goat and said, Safe Boda, please have fun, enjoy this one. This is all I can give it to you. I bought like 6 cows for my family and I'm now happy. So he brought a goat and said, Safe Boda, you can have this.
Okay.
Now, would someone give you a goat if you're really stealing him?
Oh.
Definitely no.
When are we slaughtering?
This goat is supposed to be here.
As evidence of?
As we have so many other gifts actually, by the way, not only goat.
I can only
but-
imagine.
But lots of blessings as well.
Okay.
You want to hold it?
No.
I want to give it to you so you can take
No, because I know that's a joke. Don't even play that joke.
it. Yeah, I don't want to play that joke.
I
Yeah.
know. Okay. It's
Please,
all right.
take
So
care
now
of
we
the
can
goat. It's our
go
goat.
take a seat and probably hear the story.
You're not yet done.
Behind the story. No. Actually, we're just beginning. You didn't know?
You haven't moved to our call center.
Oh,
because-
there's a call center.
Yeah.
Which I called. Is it here?
Yes, the support.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it the support? Because I remember I called when
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted to have this interview with you and somebody picked.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello guys. My name is Mebo Twegumiezake. With my colleagues George and Henry, we're from NBS TV. You're live on People and Power. Courtesy of Ricky, Rapa, Thomson. So where is Brenda?
I'm here. Right there.
You're the one. How are you? Nice to meet you. I called Brenda looking for this gentleman and she told me to write an email. I didn't write the email.
So how did you get
I got his number on Facebook and trust me, thank you for doing that. We are the next generation. That is where your number should be, not to tell us to write email addresses, especially if the media needs you. That's the protocol. Bad protocol.
No, we're a tech company, so
Hey.
we're always on our PCs.
Okay.
And we respond to emails.
Yeah.
Not like other traditional companies who tell you write an email and they never get back to you.
Oh.
And it's quite instant. It's just like sending a message and I get back to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're the second person I've interviewed who has their number on social media, so I think it's pretty amazing. The
Thank
other
you.
person was Mama Cheers.
Mama Cheers used to be my former employer. Yeah.
Former employer?
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
going to talk about that. Don't even bite. Okay, so what happens here briefly?
So here is the support center. So
Yeah.
we have people, we have customers and we have drivers who want to communicate to us. Either they want to inquire about our services or they want to come and join us, or you have customers who have complaints or who want to give us feedback about like the work that we are doing. So basically this is where the call ends up, and it's a toll free. We've allowed our customers to easily communicate to us, and the number is 0800 300 200. Then you can call and communicate to us. Maybe you've seen a driver doing an amazing thing, or he stopped by the traffic light,
Or a bad thing.
or like a bad thing. Even if it's a bad thing, it's good for us because it helps us improve and be better.
Exactly.
But this is where all our calls come in.
Are they
And,
nice?
they're amazing people. They're amazing people.
Don't
starting
they
with
shout
Brenda.
back? Brenda didn't shout.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
don't worry, sending an email is a normal thing. It's just like sending me a message. And
I
Brenda will
know.
tell you the same if you call him. If you call her
Ricky,
tomorrow.
if you are doing the job that I'm doing, looking for people like you now, because there's now a big line between you and I, then you would just place your number there so that I find you.
No, what we've done.
We're not going to discuss
All right.
numbers and people and power. But Anyway, thank you so much. See you guys. Okay.
Second born of 13 children of his parents, Owinyi Simon and Dorcas Akulo, now deceased, Rapa's education was rooted from Kachung Primary School, Agwata SS, Amucha SDA for all level, a point at which he dropped out for lack of tuition, but he has since upgraded to L level, and like it is often stated, the sky is the limit.
People and power. Welcome back. You're still watching the episode of Young Entrepreneur Ricky Rapa Thomson, and we've had a really good tour of the business investment, which I mentioned earlier, has put Ricky among the 30 most inspiring young entrepreneurs in Africa, according to the Americans. I'm talking about Forbes, and a business investment that is rumored to be a billionaire business as we speak. So we want to hear your story, but I want us to start with how different your life has changed since you founded Safe Boda.
Thank you so much, Mabel. I think from the time we started the business, of course, life hasn't been the same again. We started with like the first 20 drivers that were really very, very good friends. We shared with them the big dream. We shared with them the idea, and they accepted and to travel the journey together. Today, as we speak, or as I speak, we have a little bit over 11,000 drivers. You've seen the numbers.
Yeah.
We've created opportunities for young people. We have a little bit over 100 young people graduates from the university who have scooped themselves an opportunity. We've also expanded from Kampala, an initiative that started from Kampala, Uganda. We are now live in Mombasa. We are live in Nairobi. We're looking at Dar. We actually have started operation in Lagos as well. So in a nutshell, I'm very proud of this initiative, and I'm happy that it's time that we are selling a true African story coming from the Pearl of Africa, Uganda. And of course, life has not been the same. A lot has changed.
How has it changed personally for you?
For me, the thing is, life has become way too better. The dream has become more of a reality. Because when we started this initiative, we were very passionate and very interested in promoting helmet wearing and making sure that the lives of our drivers become better.
I'm asking Thomson if I should maybe rephrase how your life.
My life.
Yes, exactly, has changed. Because for the last 40 minutes we've been talking about Safe Boda. Yeah.
So as a person, of course, as I said, I don't want to go into the nitty-gritty, but
this program is about you.
It's about me. Yeah, true.
So we want to get into your life and find out how probably 5 years ago your life was and 5 years now. How has it changed?
Okay, I don't know how to break this. 5 years ago, I was living down here in Chebando. I was riding Boda Boda, doing like the real transport business, moving people from point A to point B as any other normal Boda Boda rider, living in maybe a two-roomed house for like 100,000, basically struggling to meet my bills and take care of my family. And but today it's a whole different story. Of course.
Today, what is your routine like?
I mean, I can smile and and I'm proud of who I am. I think many people celebrate my life. My family is very proud of me.
Okay.
I am now happy to say I can happily support my family. I've taken all my brothers, or moved all my brothers to school, pay school fees for like 8 other children that are not like my own children. They're like my relatives. So really, life has become way too better. It's more of a dream come true today. most people say I am living their dream. When I actually walked in,
Yeah.
someone said, "You're living my
My
dream."
dream, yeah?
Yeah. So yeah, things have become way too better, Mabel.
Okay.
You wouldn't believe that coming to Kampala with a Kavera, living in a one room of like 100,000, to now becoming a director and a co-founder of such a big empire, being a director of a company that employs over 100 people and has got a network of over 11,000 borders. Life can never be the same. It's way too good.
Okay.
It's way too good. Many people feel they want to be me, and I'm just like, it's a matter of time. When your time comes, maybe you'll be better than me when I'm also better somewhere. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So life is amazing in a nutshell. It's I'm happy.
Okay. So is the person that you are today a description of the person you always wanted to become one day?
I don't see, Mabel, I don't really see a big difference. When I was growing up as a young boy, I remember my first book had my name, like my big dream, my title, Dr. Rapa. And grew up like, because I really wanted to be a doctor, because I knew that doctors were great people. They help save lives. So that is what I wanted to be. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to achieve that. But when I left, as I traveled my journey as well and did a lot of work, my former employer, that was Security Plus, that at a certain point exited me, I left. But the investigation officer told me, stop dying for others. But my life has always been about people, has always been about saving people and making lives better for others. So I think the Ricky Rapa Thomson you see today is the true Ricky Rapa Thomson. Nothing has really changed. This is a dream, and I'm living my dream.
Okay.
Yeah.
When we were doing the tour, I mentioned Mama Cheers.
Yes.
That is Dr. Julian Adieri Omala,
Yeah.
who has actually been on the show.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that she was your former employer.
Yes.
What were you doing at her company? At Cheers, you meant?
No, I wasn't at Cheers. So in the year 2009, I joined a Kamwesi hostel as a guard.
A guard?
Yeah,
Okay.
as a guard. So a Kamwesi hostel one day had security guards that were actually taking care of the entire hostel. So I was one of those who used to work at the gate. Like I was a security guard at the hostel.
Yeah.
So what happened is the former owner of Kamwesi hostel sold the hostel to her in the year 2010, around there. So when the hostel was sold, by default, I became our employer, and became our employee. I worked with her for some time. Later on, I got my motorcycle, and then I was able to leave for the Boda Boda industry. That was early 2011. Yes. Yeah.
What had pushed you into the security guard business?
So the thing is, Mabel, we're different people. So there are people who have had the opportunity to go through school, get your career and get a job, right?
Yeah.
Me, I went through school. I dropped out in senior 6, no, in senior 4 in the year 2006, after losing my mom. So I had no access to finances. I couldn't really continue with my education. And what my father told me is come back home and marry. And I'm just like, no, I want to do something better with my life. So I started hustling my way. My first job was like putting tickets on the cars, like the multiplex job. I did that in Lira, did that in Jinja, joined Security Plus Uganda Limited as a guard. They brought me to Kampala. They took me to Kabale. They brought me back. I left to join SEC, left to join a Kamwesi hostel, and then from a Kamwesi hostel I joined Boda Boda. And today I am here. So it's been my journey as a person. Yes.
Okay.
It's not like your journey where like from primary to secondary to university and then internship at NBS, they retain you, you know.
Though I didn't do internship at NBS, so no wrong.
No, that was me cutting the story
I
short.
know.
Yeah.
So back to you, during the time before Safe Boda, where would you say you placed yourself as a Ugandan citizen in terms of classes?
In terms of classes?
Yeah.
So originally, I think even during the time that I was in the Boda Boda industry, I was in like the last mile. Then like the last mile, like the poor, the poor Mutuawansi. Because the thing is, both of my parents, of course, unfortunately, I lost all my parents. My mom died in 2006, my dad died in 2009. And then you have all these families, like my dad left us with like 13 children, around 13 I think. And we are living in a grass thatch house. You only have to go to the farm and dig and get something to eat. And now I've graduated to having a Boda Boda with the Boda Boda, and you have to support all these family people. So my income was very minimal. So I was still a very poor citizen at that time. Yes, yes.
Where do you place yourself now?
I think I am okay because moving from having like almost no job security or almost having no food on your table to graduating to becoming an employer means a lot. It's not that I need to find where to place me. The public knows where I belong.
Where you belong? Okay.
I think so. I think so because given that I've created an empire and created opportunities for other people, the public definitely knows where I belong. I wouldn't want to say I belong to this category.
Yeah.
Ask them out. Let them comment down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So going back to your education, you said you stopped at senior 4.
Yeah, yeah.
How would you say your education background has played into your life's changes?
I think there's always something I call an effect, which could either end up becoming negative or becoming positive.
Yeah.
So the fact that I was able, like I stopped in senior 4, defined my journey.
Okay.
And I think if maybe I'd continued with my education, I wouldn't be the Ricky you're interviewing today, because
Okay.
I wouldn't have gone through the same life experience, and I wouldn't have been the person you are seeing today. So I think it was a blessing in disguise, I would say, that dropping out of school at that point and accepting that and actually resisting the fact that I have dropped out of school and refusing to actually accept failure made me who I am today. Because from childhood I refused failure, and I've said I'm not going to be a failure in life. I'm not going to go back to being a peasant farmer and just growing cash crops for food. I want to fight and be a better person, and I want to be a better person in the society. I want to serve the society. I want to make other people's lives better, as made me who I am, because I accepted the fight. Like I took the fight and fought my way out.
Okay.
So mine has been like a big trouble, which I wouldn't really think any of my children would take it up. I would try and prepare them and make it a bit smoother for them. But mine is a story that Africa or Uganda or Ugandans will read about even after I am gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying you wouldn't have done anything
I wouldn't have created this.
differently?
I would have done something different.
Which would you have done? Which would
I
you
wanted
have
to be.
changed?
I would have been serving the community, because I really wanted to be a doctor. Even right now, I still feel like I am a doctor, you know.
Really?
I have my uncle who is a medical doctor, and I always tell him, like, you represent me where you are. Of course, I am okay more than him being a doctor, but we talk about these issues, yes. Yeah.
Would you go back to school?
I am actually I'm back and I'm studying. I'm a student. So I am back.
What are you studying?
Of course, business, leadership, business.
You can tell us why. Why I'm asking, Ricky, is for this reason.
Yeah, yeah.
There are a couple of young people out there who have parents who are alive. Been listening to your story. You said your parents died. You had a difficult childhood growing up.
Yeah.
Probably if there was money to have pushed you through education, maybe you would have.
Maybe I would have.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
You know, but we would never have known.
Yeah.
But there young people out there, their parents are alive, paying a lot of money, school fees or tuition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they don't want to go to school. You get the whole idea.
Yeah.
Then those that really want the school so badly, they
that.
are not empowered. You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
So
true.
where is the thin line anyway when it comes to, those that have actually made money even without the education, and those that are making money with the education? What advice would you give them?
I think the people who have been able
And
to...
what lessons do we learn anyway?
Yeah. So the people who have been able to make it to where I am today, they also have a lot of pain that they go through.
Yeah.
Because, of course, you've created all this empire, but there are certain things that you feel like I would have done them better if I had education, right?
Okay.
It comes to Excel and it starts to be complicated, and you're just like, I need a better understanding on some of these issues. So education is good, and for any young people there, for any young person there, I think education is very, very critical. Even for us who are here today, we're actually running back to school to become better leaders, to become better people, to become better business people in the society. So if you have the opportunity and you have a parent who can really afford to take you through school, please take advantage of that. You know, obutasoma buluma bukuru, like,
No.
yeah, like you feel the pain when you grow old, you know, when you realize, man, time has gone and I'm not educated, and people who are educated can do better than me. It's not that when you're educated, you're going to be successful by default, no, but you can be very, very successful even when you're not educated. But there's a pain that you're going to feel at a certain point. You're going to get into a discussion. They're going to give you legal documents, some serious documents that you're supposed to revise and give comments on, and you can't. Why? Because of that gap. And now you start feeling, yeah, how I wish you know, you're going to sign documents that will push you out of your own organization, and you're going to be like, I didn't know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So education is very critical. Even me, I'm actually a student. I read every day. Of course, I read way too fast, I think. But I am at school, I'm studying, I'm actually doing entrepreneurship and business management, because I think at a certain point in life, before 50 or before 55, I want to retire as a consultant. And young people want to join entrepreneurship, who want to get into business environment, will come to me to ask for ideas of how to enter in that space. So really, I want to inspire more people, and I want to encourage more people who would want to join this space. So I am doing entrepreneurship and business management
Reason
at
as
St.
to
Lawrence
why
University.
at St. Lawrence University. Reason as to why I look out for people like you. It's because probably those that are reading about you are saying, right now he has the money, or he's created this empire.
Yeah.
Eh? Why else, if he stopped in senior 4 and he could do that, why am I going to school anyway? You understand what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
But then you're saying you're even going back to school.
I've gone through a very, very rough time, and I was on the street putting tickets on the car. If I tell you, I spent so many years sleeping outside, not inside, as a security guard, carrying a gun with security plus. You know, my first deployment was in Kakira, sugar plantation, in Jinja. You know, that kind of life. I was deployed in, we guarded the trucks of SBI and RCC that did the Kabale Kisoro Road, sleeping in the middle of the road where there are no people for years. It's not something. And coming back in the border, riding a border every other single day to carry people to get money. It's not anyone that any young person would want to taking up. Go back to school, study. Like you need education right now. Like you don't want to go through my life. It's been tough, and I've been a fighter, and I won the battle.
Okay, wow. All right, so how easy is it for probably someone to turn their life around just like you did? Maybe you should tell us with how you started off with the idea of Safe Boda.
So how easy is it for someone to turn around an idea into something big like
Yeah,
this?
or how hard? I don't know, tell us.
You know, especially when I tell people, they're just like, man, you're 1 in a million, you're lucky, and all these things. My idea was born as a result of tragedy. As I told you, like my life experience. At the age of 32, I've gone through a lot. I lost a very good friend in a Boda Boda related accident and decided to become an advocate of road safety. So literally all I was doing was carrying a helmet every single day and telling people, you need to wear a helmet, you need to be safe on the road, because I just don't want to lose any other person. I don't want to be a witness of Boda Boda related accidents.
What do you mean carrying the helmet?
I used to carry a helmet every day, second helmet here.
As a Boda Boda rider?
As a Boda Boda rider.
Okay.
After losing a friend in a Boda related accident, I started carrying a helmet. And every time I would meet a client, a normal client, just imagine any other Boda driver now who is not part of Safe Boda, carrying a second helmet And it's really like, you know, I have my second helmet, I want you to be safe. You just imagine that kind of discussion. It would always be very tough. But one thing that God gave me was, I think I know how to convince, to sell.
Power of persuasion.
Yeah. So I was really good at it. So sometimes I would get it rough because some clients would really go hard at me. But by God's grace, I happened to meet a lot of experts because I was also in the tour business. At the time, I was actually doing city tour, like the Boda Boda tour of Kampala on a motorcycle. So I used to meet a lot of experts. So I kept on telling them, and they're like, wow, you're one of a kind. You know, we want more people like you. We want more people like you. And they kept on sharing this story, you know, and many people kept on pushing me. You could turn this into a business, you know. You could turn this. We need more people like you. We need more people like you. So the demand for drivers like me became the demand for drivers like me. So that's when we started developing this into an idea, met the right people, because now when you build, if you have to build an empire like this, it's not about a one-man show. It's about the team now. So I got this client whom I shared with my idea and the big dream, and he was like, yeah, I think we can work something together. So we agreed that we're going to build something big, but started small. And another person came and joined us. Then we started talking to the drivers, like the Moses that you know, the Nambemu was my mechanic. By then I was riding a very old motorcycle. So it used to break, so I had to be friends with mechanics. So I shared it with like my friends, and then they were very impressed. And they were like, yeah, we need to change the face of the boda industry. We need people to be safer on the road. So we just started as if we were jokers right here in Chebando, down here in a one-room house. And today we are here. So to build an idea, into an empire like this, one, you need to be passionate about what you want to do, and then two, you need to be, you need to have a solid team. You need a team. You don't need to do it alone. You need a team. It's not a one-man show, never. You need a team. And you need to be opportunistic. It's also about the time. What is it that you're doing? Is there anyone doing something better than you're doing? Or are you doing it alone? And where are you doing what you're doing? And stuff like that.
Okay.
And
we need to talk about the money.
Which money?
Are you saying that the moment you got a number on board, number 2, number 3, were they, where did you get the money to get the second, probably, helmets? How did you build it to get to the SMS app?
Okay.
Don't beat around the bush.
No, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to walk you through. So what happens is, by the time we started this initiative, I was a tour guide.
Yeah.
So I had a way better income. Because I used to Okolamo Zavante Chibuga, and my clients would pay me $30 per person, and there are days I would actually have up to 30, 35. I'd expanded my business and doing Eastern tour. I ride someone here on a border from Kampala to Jinja and bring the person back, and they pay me $400. So I was really doing well,
wow.
Even as a border.
Okay.
I was fairly earning so well, by the way, and untaxed. So like cash, you know, you get it and I put it in your pocket. So I was really doing well at that time. And when we started this, it was because in every business, if you're starting up something, you don't raise money at the very beginning. The first investor is you. As a team, of course, we had a bit of income, so we invested into the idea, you know, got the office, got like the first helmets, tried to build it up. And then once we had like 20 drivers, we decided that we were going to create a business model. And the business model was every driver had to pay 10,000 every week for us to be able to grow. So every driver paid 10,000 shillings into the community, and then we got that money. Like you imagine you had 50 drivers and each one of them is paying 50,000 a week. So we would get that helmet, go to TVS, buy helmets, and then all reflectors, and add other drivers and add other. So organically, we use the money that we got from the drivers to actually grow and grow and grow.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So we grew up to like around 200.
Yeah.
Around 200, 250. Before we could reach 300, drivers started saying, Mutwala Vutagwa. So by the time they were saying Mutwala Vutagwa, we had grown to over 150 drivers.
Yeah.
And we had grown to over 150 drivers. And then that's when we started selling this idea to other people, started raising proposals. We now went for like crowdfunding. where you go online and say, I have this beautiful idea, can you give me some money? And then also after that, actually before that, because I was a tour guide and I was very famous and I had a lot of experts who knew me, I kept on writing to them, tell them, I have this beautiful idea and I want to build this. Can you support me? And give me, people gave me millions of money to really to support my idea. And after that, we went to crowdfunding, where we used the network of friends to raise money. And now after that, we started applying for grants, which is free money for people with innovative ideas. And then after that, we now went to getting real investment in the business. Yes. But we were all working and we invested our money, and then we got money from the drivers and then invested, and then we used our friends, we got money, crowdfunding, we got money, grants, we got money, and we are here today. Yes.
Wow.
So when people actually think about businesses and ideas, think about yourself, think about a network of people around you.
Yeah.
Who are you working? Who are you teaming up with? Can that person bring something on the table? Yes or no? What is it? What are you bringing? Then your family, because some people come from rich families, and uncle, auntie are innocent. Go to him and sell to him the idea. They'll give you some 1-2 millions. That will move you to another level. Then after that, you can now start finding up your proposal, because you'll be having some data, and then start getting some free money, and then maybe start attracting investment, and you should be good.
What's the net worth of Safe Boda Uganda now?
There's only one Safe Boda. Eh?
What a laugh. Do you want me to ask again?
You may ask again, but
I
there's
can
only
ask
one
again,
Safe
1,
Boda.
2, 3. It's still be the same question.
Yeah.
Are you going to answer it?
Sure.
And what's the net worth of Safe Boda Uganda?
I need to get in touch with my CFO. Yeah, but I think the
Estimate.
business, I mean, you talk about a business that is worth over $1 million, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't really be very specific, but based on the numbers that everyone see, the number of drivers that we have and and the team that we employ and the amount of expansion that we have done, not talking about Safe Boda Uganda, but talk about Safe Boda as all, is a business that is worth over $1 million.
Okay.
True.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would say that with no doubt, it's a business that is worth over $1 million, and anyone would say that. Yeah.
All right. So, what do we hope to see more in terms of probably expansion and maybe more objectives that you're hoping to achieve?
Right now, like in Kampala, we want to expand into the other areas in the neighborhood, improve on the supply, but also similarly, we are trying as much as we can to make sure that your experience as a customer when you use our service is seamless. So, and that's why we have invested so much into financial technology, and that's why today, as you can see, you can use cashless to ride on a Safe Boda. You could move money from your mobile money account to the Safe Boda wallet. You can use that same money to actually be able to buy. Once you move it to the Safe Boda wallet, you can now buy airtime. So we're trying as much as we can to add value to the customers and also add a lot of values to the drivers. And now to the drivers, you've just witnessed, we have provided them with loans in partnership with Wato. We've also provided them with insurance, like life insurance, and third-party life insurance that we give to them, plus a range of services. So we're trying as much as we can to build a number of services facing the customers, the passengers, and also facing the drivers.
Okay.
I think that's what we are going to do for now. But of course, the big dream is to be able to have this kind of initiative across Uganda, but in close partnership with the government. Because for us to be able to move and cover other parts of the country, the government, we need to have a full support of the government. And I truly believe that given that this idea was started from here, from Uganda, was built from Uganda, the government has a very good interest in it. And I think we're going to receive an overwhelming support from the government. And this is an idea, and this is a story that no one would want to see it die, but many people would want to see it shine, because we are telling a complete different story. It's the first time, or I'm sorry, but maybe it's the first time in history that you're having ideas groomed, started from Kampala, now moving to other parts of East Africa. As I told you, we are live in Mombasa, we are live in Nairobi, we are moving into Dar, we are live in Lagos and other African cities. This is a complete different story, because most times you see initiatives coming, organizations coming into Uganda, but we are saying, no, we're very entrepreneurial, we're very, very innovative, we're very, very creative. We can build something and build it to a global standard and take it to other parts of Africa. Because as Africans, we have the best understanding of our problem, and we have the best solution, and it's right here.
All right. So finally, as we conclude, it sounds very rosy, like you haven't had really hiccups with Safe Boda Uganda. What can you say are some of those reoccurring issues that keep turning up or keep happening within the business? Because we hear lots of rumors.
That what?
Yeah, like at times we hear some of your Safe Boda Boda riders are not happy. There are times your employees are not happy. Like,
not sure about my employees. Yeah, but
which would be the Safe Boda riders anyway? Yeah, that maybe at times they are cheated into their money. Maybe, I don't know, things like that.
Yeah. So the thing is, anything that involves innovation involves a lot of disruption. So we force a lot of changes to happen, especially us in the innovation sector, and that not most of the time they will not receive it like with a yes. You will face a little bit of resistance, but once they get to realize exactly what you're talking about, they will celebrate it and they'll be more than happy to associate with you. I think the hiccup that what you were mentioning, that sometimes our drivers are not happy, is just on like the pricing that we did of recently, which is amazing. I mean, most of our drivers right now are earning at least 50,000 in a day, and that means they earn way more than graduates who are actually seated and working in offices, and that, of course, after the first week, no, in the very, very week, they were like, no, this doesn't really add up. But with the incentive that we give them, they're really having a good time. And I tell you, as I was showing you earlier on, many of the drivers have really celebrated their life, celebrated their time being part of Safe Boda, and they wish us so well. They don't wish us bad in any way. So I just want to challenge that at a certain point, you're going to face pushbacks, but you just need to know that whatever you're doing is right and be able to justify it. But also, as an innovation that started from here, just would want to share with you, like, always as an innovation, we started from an area like this, there's always going to be challenges that you're going to go through. I think one thing that I would definitely say that I went through is like attracting good talent, because you want to be able to build an app that meets the international standard, and getting young talents from here who've done it before becomes very, very difficult, or the few that are there are very, very expensive, and also attracting investment into an initiative that was born or that started from Kampala, Uganda, is also very, very tough, because you need to be able to convince investors that what you're doing is the right thing. Because most times investors follow the stories of fellow investors, that, Gundi, okay, he invested in this country. Most people always refer to Kenya, like, he invested in Nairobi, invested in Kenya, in this initiative, it worked for him. But if you tell him he invested in Uganda, they're just like, what is Uganda? Who has invested in Uganda? And all these kind of stories. So it's really, really tough. But also, one challenge that any other innovator is going to go through, especially in this space, is regulation. Sometimes we are entering into unregulated industry. The regulation doesn't know, or some of these regulations were like born in 1993. They did not even preempt that people like us or innovation like us are going to come into existence. So sometimes you really face it rough. But the good thing is we are doing what is right, and always as a democratic country, they will always make regulations that support young people or support young entrepreneurs, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was really, really a good day that we've spent with you, and thank you so much for showing us around and for having this conversation with us.
You're welcome. You can always come back, Mabel, if you want to ask me again on people and power.
Okay.
It's always going to be a pleasure speaking to you.
Okay.
I always only see you on TV. It's the first time I'm sitting next to you.
You're seeing me live now. It's live.
Thank you.
People and power. For Ricky Rapa Thomson, he said his journey has been a fight, but he's won the battle. The one constant, which I'll actually also pick from last week's episode, last week but one, the episode of his former employer, Dr. Julian Adieri Omala, is about the people that are always surrounding you. How do you create that team? I'm picking it as a constant because she kept mentioning it throughout the whole program. She started as one person, and then with a friend, they actually recruited other people around them, and they built an empire. My name is Mebo Twegumiezake. This episode belongs to Ricky Rapa Thomson, once a security guard, and so many other things. Now, founder, managing director, Safe Boda, Uganda. It's a wrap.